Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Inside the LC. It is the inside scoop on the SASS Success Learning Community. My name is Ashley Cooper. I'm the transition specialist for the STEP program, and I work under Student Academic Success Services. So today I'm going to be talking about our Success Learning Community. So let's go ahead and get started. So, the SASS Learning Community is a year long program designed to give students support, resources, and connections needed to thrive during their first year at East Carolina University. So, we provide students academic support. So, during that first year, you'll take shared first year courses, you'll have peer and professional academic coaching. We do social events, and then we have campus activities for students to engage in. You have priority access to tutoring services. So you get tutoring services through our Pirate Academic Success Center on campus. We have early success monitoring via ECU Connect. And then service and campus employment opportunities. So you have opportunities to engage to be a peer coach or tutor in the future. And then we also offer community and belonging. So if you are thinking about joining our group, we do have some different pathways that are a part of our success learning community. You can join a group of students that have similar majors, or you can just go to one of our pathways where it's specifically designed for students with IEPs, 504 plans, if you have ADHD, or if you have a learning difference, or if you had some kind of supports in high school, or had extended time in high school, or testing in a separate setting. This is an option for you to join a specially designed course. A pathway through our learning community, so you can get that additional support. So I'll talk a little bit more about the additional support as we navigate through this session tonight. But I want to remind you guys, if you have any questions tonight, feel free to drop those questions in the chat. So put those questions in the comments, and I will answer those questions live tonight. So if you do have any questions, I appreciate all of you for joining us tonight. So if you do have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat, and I will answer those live. All right, so let's go to the next slide. So, why should you join the LC? So, we have students that have reported that they feel more connected and supported during that first year, which is very good. Having that sense of belonging is really important for your success at the university. And it's one of the things that we want you to feel. We want you to have those opportunities to connect with other students, but also feel supported and feeling that culture, right, of the East Carolina University, being a pirate. That's really important during your first year to develop a connection to a new environment. And then our students also have reported that they use tutoring services more often. So getting those services early and being connected to the Pirate Academic Success Center is very important to your success at the university. So understanding the resources that we have at the university is really important for our program, and one of the things that we share with all of our students. It also increases your chances of first year success. So you're getting that early alert system, you're getting access to resources that support you academically. So all of these things are great. They help increase your chances of doing really well during your first year. So joining this community offers you many opportunities to feel connected, using resources on campus, and then be able to ask those big questions of your peers, but also professional staff as well. And like I said, if you have any questions throughout this tonight, feel free to drop those questions in the chat. All right, so what kind of materials do you need to submit? So, for any student that's a part of the learning community, you would come in and you will apply to ECU. And after you've applied to ECU, you will apply to the learning community itself. So, there is an application that you have to fill out. Once you fill out the application, you'll update us on any additional resources that you may need. We do have a question up there. If you are a student that has had an IEP in the past, or has had a 504 plan, or accommodations in the past, or you were at a school that was structured with those supports built in, or if you have had taken tests in a separate setting or had extended time in the past, there is a question up there that you can just check off to say yes, you have that, and then you can opt to enroll in a specially designed service, which is one of our pathways for the Success Learning community. So that's always an option. You don't have to have any formal documentation in order to apply to the program itself. So always keep that in mind when you're thinking about applying to the learning community itself. You can have diagnosis such as autism spectrum disorder, ADD, ADHD, learning disabilities, or have received high school supports with a 504 plan or an IEP. Also, this learning community is open to all students, so you don't have to have those diagnoses to apply. So the Success Learning community has different pathways, and you can opt into those specially designed pathways, like I mentioned earlier. So you can join a group of students that have similar majors as you, or you can opt into that pathway to have that specially designed service that's for students that have IEPs or 504 plans. So those are two options in terms of the design supports, but there are many options in the Success Learning community, like I said, to have those shared first year courses when you're coming in, and then peer and professional academic coaching. That's really important during that first year, so you know the resources that are available to you, and have that priority access to the Pirate Academic Success Center, which is our tutoring center on campus. So you have that early alert and that access to the tutoring center. So I'm going to be checking the chat periodically to see if we have some questions. I do have some frequently asked questions in this session as well. So I'm going to be asking those out loud. And then if you do have any questions, put in those questions in the comments so I can answer those live. And I'll share those answers with you guys if I see any questions in the chat. So I'm going to keep on going for tonight. Are there any costs associated with joining the Student Success Learning community? So, one great thing to note about the Student Academic Success services is that we offer tier academic support at no additional cost beyond your ECU tuition and fees. So, any student that's coming in, you will be joining a degree seeking program. We have several majors at the university to choose from at ECU. And one of the things that you should note is that you have to there are no costs associated with joining the learning community itself. So as long as you're paying your ECU tuition and fees, there are no costs associated with joining the LC, and no costs associated with filling out the Success Learning community application as well. So make sure you are accessing those resources on campus. Those are really important. If you do actually have any questions, and if you're watching this later, and if you have any questions about the learning community, feel free to email me at cooperash22@ecu.edu, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And I also will answer any questions that you have about the learning community or the application process. So I'm here to help you gain access to our Success Learning community itself. So, are you ready to join the learning community? So, one of the things that we're so excited to let you know is that our applications are open for the learning community. So, after you apply, you'll get a welcome email, and then you'll get regular email updates to your ECU email. So, if you are thinking about applying to the learning community, I'm going to put a QR code up here now. You can apply now on our website, or you can go to tinyurl.com/SASS pirate. So if you do have any questions, or if you are ready to apply, you can go ahead and apply now by scanning the QR code on the screen, or going to the website there. And like I said, after you apply, you'll get a welcome email, and then you'll also get regular updates to your ECU email as well. So I just wanted to check again to see if we have any questions in the chat before I go on. But if you do have any questions, feel free to submit those questions in the chat, and I will answer those questions live for you. So, you can also visit our website at academicsuccess.ecu.edu. We also have our contact information here of our Student Academic Success Services Executive Director, Dr. Elizabeth Coghill. So her email is here and her phone number as well. She can be available if you have any questions about the learning community itself. In that top left-hand corner there, if you're thinking about applying to the program, we do have that QR code that you can scan so that you can apply now to the learning community. So, the Success Learning Community, I will just say it one more time for you guys. If you're just joining us, I want you to make sure that you understand that I'm talking about the SASS Success Learning Community. And SASS stands for Student Academic Support Services, Success Services. And here on our I'll say that one more time because I got distracted a little bit. Student Academic Success Services, and this is for our Success Learning Community. It's a year-long program that is designed to give students support, resources, and connections needed to thrive during their first year at East Carolina University. So this is a great opportunity for you to gain that extra support during your first year. And I want to just remind you guys of all the resources that we have here. You get those shared for first year courses. So I didn't emphasize this earlier, but I want to emphasize this now, is that when you're coming in, you come in with a group of students that are taking similar courses as you. So we'll enroll you in some common courses where you're able to succeed and get all those support and then feel connected to the university fast. In terms of other support, we do have our peer and professional academic coaching. So you have access to your peers to get information, but also access to our professional staff as well. And the biggest thing that I always say is that priority access to tutoring services. So that happens through our Pirate Academic Success Center. So the Pirate Academic Success Center is the tutoring center on campus. So that's where you will access the tutoring service on campus. All right, and then we also have community and belonging. So thinking about all our services, campus employment opportunities, we do have that early success monitoring via ECU Connect as well. All of these are great resources for any student in the learning community. And then we also have that opportunity for you to join to feel more connected and supported. Our students have reported that they are using those tutoring services more often, and then also increasing your chances during that first year as well. I've already talked a little bit about the materials that you need, but basically, you would be applying now to our Success Learning Community, especially if you're an accepted student and you're thinking about services at the university. This is a great program to join to get that extra academic support and that structure during your first year. So, clicking that QR code in the top left hand corner there, you can apply now to our learning community, and you don't need any additional formal documentation. So if you're thinking about the pathway for students that have may have diagnoses such as autism, ADD, ADHD, learning disabilities, or receive those high school supports with the 504 IEP in the past during your high school semester, you don't need any formal documentation to apply. Like I said, the learning community is open to a variety of students on campus. So you do not have to have these diagnoses to join the learning community. So it's open to all students. We do have some pathways in there that is designed for students that have similar majors or designed for students that may have had accommodations in the past, like an IEP or 504. So those pathways are embedded into the learning community itself. So we want to make sure we're giving you the opportunity to understand what the Success Learning Community is and being able to ask your questions live. So I want to go back, check in the chat. If you have not yet, submit your questions in the chat so I can answer those questions now. No question is too big or too small. I want to be here as a resource to answer any questions that you may have about the Success Learning Community itself. I want to highlight again that there are no additional costs associated with joining the Student Success Learning Community. So if you're thinking about joining the SASS Success Learning Community, there are no costs associated with it. So you have the opportunity to join this with no additional costs associated with it. You do, however, have to pay your ECU tuition and fees. I want to highlight that. You have to pay your ECU tuition and fees, but there are no costs associated with joining the Success Learning Community itself. And if you're ready to join, I will put this on the screen again to give everyone an opportunity to see. If you are ready to join, you can apply now at tinyurl.com/SASS Pirate. So SASS stands for Student Academic Success Services. And so if you're thinking about applying, after you apply, you'll get a welcome email and then regular updates to your ECU email as well. So I will also show you our website. So if you are thinking about joining the learning community, let's see if I can share my screen with you guys. So you are able to see. All right, so here is our website. So I wanted you guys to see it if you want to go in to see more information about the Success Learning Community. On this page here, if you scroll down, you'll see Success Learning Communities here, and then you'll see a bio of the Success Learning Community. We also have our executive director. Her contact information is up here, and then we do have this graphic here about the SASS Success Learning Community. And here, right here, applications for the Success LC are now open for the fall of 2026. Click here to apply. So if you click this button here, you can apply now to the SASS LC and fill out this complete application here. So you'll go through, and as you can see, the application is not very long, but here's the information that you will be submitting to for the application for the Success Learning Community itself. So I want to take us back so you can go through, but here is our page. And when you get to our homepage here, you'll just click Success Learning Communities, and it'll take you to our learning community page where you're able to hear applications for the Success LC are now open for the fall of 2026. You're going to click here to apply now to the SASS LC. So on this webpage here, you will click this button here to apply to our application, open our application and apply to the SASS Success Learning Community. So I'll stop sharing my screen with you guys. Go back to the PowerPoint. And if you are just joining us, if you have any questions, feel free to submit your questions in the chat. No question is too big or too small. So we want to make sure we're there to answer any questions that you may have about the SASS Learning Community. I want to highlight one more time for anyone that's just joining us. As you are joining us tonight, I want you to highlight that there are no fees associated with joining the LC. Big thing, right? And then also, this is a year-long program designed to give students support, resources, and connections needed to thrive during your first year at East Carolina University. So if you are coming in to this East Carolina University and you're looking for a learning community, or if you're looking for additional academic supports, or you want to feel supported and feel connected to the university, you have the opportunity right now to join the SASS Success Learning Community. I will put that QR code at the top. You can apply now to join a year-long program designed to give students support, resources, and connections needed to thrive at East Carolina University. And then if you have any questions about this, if you're just joining us not right now, we are live to answer your questions live, right? We're live on inside the LC to answer any questions that you may have. So submit your questions in the chat, and I will answer those right now. No question is too big or too small. And I want to say that again, no question is too big or too small. So if you are on the call right now, feel free to drop any questions that you have in the chat, but also make sure you are clicking these links and applying now. If you are interested in joining our program, I want to highlight one more time all of the resources to stay strong, stay supported, and succeed at ECU. We offer academic support, shared first year courses coming in, peer and professional academic coaching. We have social events and campus activities that we engage in throughout the semesters. So you get that chance to feel belonging and connected to the university really early. You get that priority access to tutoring services. So tutoring services happen through our Pirate Academic Success Center on campus. And then we also have early success monitoring via ECU Connect, services and campus employment opportunities, and then opportunities for community and belonging. I also want to note that you have the opportunity to join a group of students that may have similar majors as you, or you can join one of the groups that are specifically designed for students with IEPs, 504s. If you have ADHD, ADD, or other learning differences, you have those opportunities built into the Success Learning community. Like I said, in the top left-hand corner there is a QR code. Feel free to apply now to the learning community. And then if you have any questions, you can also go to our website. You can also contact our Executive Director of Student Academic Success Services here at the university, Dr. Elizabeth Coghill. This is her information as well. And you can also go to our website. So I'll pull that up for us one more time. Let me share my screen with you guys, so you can see on our homepage, we have our Student Academic Success Services website here. On this website, you can learn more about the resources we have at Student Academic Success Services. You can learn about our Success Learning communities. I talked a little bit about our Pirate Academic Success Center as well, and then Connect for Success. So that is that early alert system that I mentioned earlier through the ECU Connect. But here's the most important thing. If you're interested in the Success Learning community, opportunities here, that QR code I'll put back up, but you also can visit our website at academic-success.ecu.edu. And then from this homepage here, if you are on this homepage, you will click Success Learning Communities. Once you click Success Learning Communities, you will scroll down. And on this webpage here, applications for the Success LC are now open for the fall of 2026. You can click this icon here to apply now. We also have contact information here. So if you do have any additional questions, feel free to reach out. These are opportunities for you to learn more about the Success Learning community. I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you guys, take us back to the PowerPoint. We're finishing up, but if you're just joining us, you have the QR code at the top. I'll flash that up there. Apply now. This is applying now for our SASS Success Learning Community, year-long program designed to give students support, resources, and connections needed to thrive during their first year at the university. If you are just joining us now, feel free to drop any questions that you have in the chat. Also, you have the opportunity to email me if you have any questions as well. My email is here, cooperash22@ecu.edu. So I want you to have the opportunity. Top left-hand corner is the Apply Now button. That's the QR code to apply to the learning community itself. And one more time, why should you join? To feel more connected and supported at East Carolina University. And then students have reported that they use tutoring services more often. Using tutoring services, engages you in understanding your courses really well, getting those GPAs higher, doing really well in your courses. And then it also increases your chances of first year success. So we want you to have those opportunities to feel more connected and belonging at the university. So I'll take us through. If you're ready to join, you can go to tinyurl.com/SASSpirate. And then, like I said, or you can click that QR code in the top left there. And then if you are just joining us now, if you have any questions, I want you to submit your questions in the chat and I will answer those questions live. Let me go check the chat to make sure we don't have any questions. I don't see any questions so far, but if you are just joining us, I want to take you back to let you know this is for the SASS Success Learning Community, Student Academic Success Services. This is a year-long program designed to give students support, resources, and connections needed to thrive during their first year at East Carolina University. And like I said, in the top left-hand corner there, that is the QR code to apply now to our Success Learning Community. And if you have any questions, I'm checking the chat throughout this call. If you have any questions, if you put those in the chat, no question is too big or too small. I want to be here to be a resource, to have share more information about our Success Learning Communities. As we wrap up, I want to make sure you know here are all the resources, the academic supports that we have so you can stay strong, stay supported, and succeed at ECU. Those shared first year courses coming in, enrolling you in similar classes as your peers that are in the learning community, that peer and professional academic coaching, social events and campus activities that we arrange for students to get involved on campus, and then share resources that East Carolina is doing as well. And then priority access to tutoring services. And like I said, those tutoring services happen at the Pirate Academic Success Center. That's our tutoring center on campus. So accessing those, getting that priority access, early success monitoring via ECU Connect, service and campus employment opportunities for any students thinking about campus employment later on in their semester. So that second year, you wanted to get more involved at ECU, those opportunities to feel community and belonging. And then I also want to note that our Success Learning Community has pathways, so you can join a group of students that have similar majors, or you can go to one that's specifically designed for students that may have had accommodations, testing in a separate setting, IEPs, 504s, learning plans. Maybe they had some structure supports built out for them in high school, ADHD, or other learning differences. So all of these students, we're supporting students as they come into that first year. So I'll show you again. It's a year-long program. So we're supporting students in that first year. And then also you can visit our website to learn more about our Success Learning Community. I've also shared our executive director's contact information. I've also shown the website really quickly where you can apply now. So if you are ready to join, you also can go to tinyurl.com/SASS Pirate. And then after you apply to our learning community, you'll get a welcome email with regular updates to your ECU email. I also want to take us back to two important questions here. What materials do you need to apply to the program? You just need to complete your ECU application, get accepted into the university. Then you will complete your SASS Success Learning Community application. You don't need any formal documentation if you are a student that's thinking about the pathway for IEP or 504 plan, or if you had accommodations in the past. You don't need any additional documentation to apply to the program. And then the other thing to note that's really important, are there any costs associated with joining the Student Success Learning Community? So there are no fees associated with joining the Success Learning Community. Like I said, if you have any questions, make sure you put those in the chat. I'm checking that now. We're in our final minute. So I want to make sure I'm sharing my contact information with you, but also sharing our information for our executive director here, and then our academicsuccess.ecu.edu. That webpage is where you can find all of the information about the Success Learning Community as well as our application. But you can also scan that QR code in the top left-hand corner of the screen as well. And then if you do have any questions, or if you are just joining us now as we are about to head out, I want to make sure I answer any questions that you have in the comments. So if you have any questions in the comments, I'm going to check the chat now to see if I see any questions. But ask your questions here live. But here's my contact information as well, because we're wrapping up. My name is Ashley Cooper again. I'm the transition specialist for the STEP program. I'm here presenting now on behalf of Student Academic Success Services at the university. My email is here, cooperash22@ecu.edu. And here's my office number as well. So if you do have any questions about the Success Learning Community, feel free to reach out. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And if you are just joining us now, and if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or go to our website at academicsuccess.ecu.edu. We also have our executive director's contact information here as well. We want to be resources to support you in your transition to ECU. As you navigate this transition, we want to highlight that the SASS Success Learning Community application is open and is a year-long program designed to support students. Resources and connections needed to thrive during that first year at East Carolina University. So we want to be a resource for you guys. So it's a year-long program that's to help students thrive during that first year at the university. So you can apply now to our program. And I just want to head out by letting you guys know that you can go to tinyurl.com/sasspirate if you are ready to join our SASS Success Learning Community. And after you apply, you'll get a welcome email with regular updates to your ECU email. So I will close us out by showing my contact information. Thank you guys for having me tonight. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share more about the SASS Success Learning Community. And I hope you guys enjoyed all the information tonight. If you have any questions, if you're just joining us, make sure you contact me at cooperash22 at ecu.edu. My contact information is there on that slide. I also have that QR code on the screen as well, so you can apply now. Thank you for having me tonight, and go Pirates.